A couple of years ago, when Tim was given the State of the Church talk about fellowships, and a long-term initiative into South Midtown, I listened to that, and Laura listened to that, and it seemed like afterwards, in my quiet time, I just kept getting a little nudge saying, "Hey, wouldn't a health clinic dovetail nicely with the other stuff that the church is doing in the neighborhood?" With the encouragement of my wife and time, I eventually dropped an email to Tim about it, and, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And then got the chance to meet with him and with Ray Williams about it, and they were just incredibly encouraging. And then they suggested that I go talk with Dr. Barry Sorrells, since he's had years of experience running a free clinic down at the Dorcas House.
Ted came and told me about his vision, and it was immediately apparent that here was a very bright young doctor. He's a pediatric intensive care specialist, but it was also apparent to me that he really had a heart for the Lord and a heart for those people in South Midtown. So we both decided that we knew nothing about what we were getting ready to do, but the Lord knew, and we prayed fervently that we would be directed, and within about a month's time, we found out about a free building that was over next to the Oak Forest United Methodist Church that they owned, and they were looking for someone to move into this building. We've had wonderful people from our community groups, people from the church, people from other churches, people from Oak Forest Methodist that have worked on rehabilitating this old house. It was in terrible shape. We've repainted, redone the yard, we've torn the carpet up, we've had the floors refinished, and today it's a beautiful place. But it's all because of the hard work of a lot of people in this and other churches. One morning about 2 months ago, I had a phone call from the wife of a doctor in our church, and she told me that because of medical reasons he had decided to retire, and would we be interested in having all of their equipment from their office. We had no equipment. We had a building that was finished and no equipment. We were able to completely furnish our clinic with what had been in his office. Really, really nice equipment. We could have never bought all of that.
Wow, it was just really, really amazing. And like I said, it's been a real growth experience for me, because I am so type A and so focused on being in control, and sooner or later maybe I'll learn that I'm really not. But it's just been amazing to me to watch God move this thing forward, on His terms and in His time. I think it's really been cool, even thus far, even before it's open, to see some of the bridges that God's allowed to be built, into the neighborhood. And I think one of the most exciting ones has been with the partnership with Oak Forest United Methodist Church. I think if you ask them, some of their members and who are really involved with this, and their pastor would say that they're sort of seeing God energize and rejuvenate their congregation a little bit through this. So that's just another example of a bridge into the neighborhood.
What there is in this neighborhood is a large number of people who are trying to do the right thing. They're working, they have jobs, they make enough money that they don't qualify for assistance in the form of Medicaid. They don't make enough money to buy insurance. And they're what we call the working uninsured. And that's our primary group that we're going to minister to, is these people who have no other means of medical care.
So I guess our focus is as much on outreach and building on relationships in the neighborhood, and evangelism in the neighborhood, as much as it is on health care.
There are numerous passages in the Bible, as we both know, that talk about Jesus and his ministry. Ministering to the spiritual needs of the people, but to the health needs of the people as well, and actually healing people and performing miracles. We can't do that. I can't do miracles, but I can help. Jesus can heal. God can heal the people, but he can use me and all these others like me that are volunteering to bring health to the people, both spiritual and physical.
I think, far and away the coolest thing about this whole process for me has just been the way that God has provided everything for this in a timing that, quite honestly was not mine, and he, at every juncture since this has come up, he has provided, very concretely, very tangibly, what was necessary to move forward with this. And it's just been so cool and such a growth thing for me, and humbling for me to watch him do that. Quite frankly, during times when I felt really totally tired, spiritually dry, not capable of moving this forward, and through a huge number of people and just through his provision, God's done it all.